Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus May 30th, 2022. You're more likely to notice the minor problems in your life today, dear Pisces, with the moon in your work sector opposite Saturn. Ideally, you're motivated to care for essential matters and iron out differences. However, if you're feeling a little off, you can be inclined to fret and worry. It's best to focus on one thing at a time to prevent feelings of being overwhelmed. Today's energies point to a shift of mental focus, with Mercury about to turn retrograde. Mercury will remain retrograde until May 30 RD, and communications you take for granted seem to malfunction in minor but irritating ways. The trick is your ability to rise above superficial matters and see into the person's heart behind the fumbled words. Keep things definite and straightforward for the best results. Still, there could be some stalling with household, family, learning, or transportation matters. This retrograde cycle can undoubtedly sway your thinking and change your mind about past decisions as it allows you to see things from a different perspective. At first, you may feel inconvenienced as delays or misunderstandings seem more frequent. However, they can open your mind to new ways of expressing yourself and alert you to problem areas that need revision, review, and editing. Think in terms of evaluation and development rather than pushing something entirely new. When was the last time you made yourself a priority, Pisces? As you know, the moon governs your fifth house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression, and it will continue to glimmer through flamboyant Capricorn in your sixth house of daily rituals. This could have something to do with spending quality time with a significant other, or perhaps even yourself. However, it's Luna's direct opposition to Sirius Saturn via your secretive 12th house of closure, dreams, and unconscious patterns creating obstacles concerning your selflessness, along with whatever you've been sacrificing for the sake of a connection. After the beautiful first quarter moon in Capricorn fires up your desire to forge forward at work, you may feel like it is time to consider your commitments with a magnifying lens as the moon enters Virgo. Pisces, now that the moon is in your opposite sign, it is time to reflect on your partnerships with clients and colleagues along with your responsibilities. Utilize this perfectionistic energy to tweak your relationships to your liking. You could even allow for the moon to guide you when reviewing the terms and conditions within each professional commitment as well. You may have spent quite a bit of money lately and are holding your breath, waiting for the credit card statement to roll in. Some quick reckoning of receipts and accounts today will likely yield some wonderful news. What's most surprising is you've managed to stay within your budget. Try not to overreact to the news that you have more money than you thought. Give your wallet and checkbook some time off. Try to be more modest in your private relations. You tend to think only your views are right and show too little interest for others. This is why you're often perceived as being arrogant or complacent. You must listen to other people's points of view and get off your high horse. Try to focus on the one person, place or thing that excites you most. There's a lot of business going on all around you, probably more than you can deal with all at once. Persevering in matters of the heart is to be admired, but if you're still creating confusion through your repetitive pattern of behavior, this needs to be broken. You do have the power to make a breakthrough, and after this phase are able to adopt a more honest approach when new love possibilities become a reality. You may be tied up in knots of your own doing today, while you consider all the possibilities of how to handle the situation at hand. Your indecisiveness at this junction is debilitating, and you should do whatever you can to make a bold move in one direction or another. Whatever way you choose will be the right way, so don't worry about a thing. Untie your knots and be free. The day's vibrations will make you think about your social status. Are you really where you want to be, my friend? Do you feel exploited? Maybe it's time for the rebel to come out. Of course, you are more known for your ability to compromise, but there's nothing better than a good kick in the pant to get things in order. Be sure to take advantage of the surprise effect to get what you deserve. As happens around 3 weeks into every month, the sun is on the move, and today, his last full day in your communication sector is putting the focus on your communications. With Mercury, the planet of communication, retrograding back in 2 days after the Sun leaves and Venus returning later next week to focus more on giving your heart and your relationships a voice, there isn't the urgency there often is. Instead, the Sun is working to keep things real and authentic, while a friendly aspect to the Moon is making this a good day for all aspects of personal and professional networking. While the Sun's last full day in your communication sector is all about having the communication lines open and there is plenty of support, there is even more on the way. With Mercury, the planet of communication, retrograding back just 2 days after the Sun leaves and Venus returning later next week to give your heart and your relationships a voice, today is more about having an authentic starting point. Our eyes in the sky. Venus and Mars are aligned in Aquarius, giving us a chance to understand the way we partner and express our innermost sentiments to others. This connection offers us the romantic world if we choose to take it. Rather than make a major declaration of love, the Aquarius energy makes us take a step back and understand our feelings at a deeper level. Perspective is everything here, so you'd better be clear about what you feel when you feel it, because the next few weeks are going to be all-encompassing when it comes to romance. These two planets share a minor aspect with expansive Jupiter, which might accelerate all possibilities and make us feel as though the world is ours to conquer. Slow your roll before making any moves. You don't have to win a race. Love is about building connections and knowing the person on a soul level. Also, Mercury and the nodes of destiny square off, which can give you a push to spread your wings and fly, but only if you are on the right track and prepared to do so. You'll have warm feelings for the people you keep close, and you can enhance your connections today. You'll be feeling sociable, and communication will be very open. Being this in touch with how you feel while also being able to convey it exactly the way you like is a blessing. However, this comes with the countering energy of the Moon-Neptune square, making things seem slightly less real. Misperception is very likely at this time, so be careful not to react too seriously to anything, and be aware that you might be more sensitive than usual. The best thing would be to put your energy into creative outlets or some other method of escaping reality. You're sure to at least be resourceful enough to come up with some problem-solving ideas. Time limitations could give you a reality check, but you could be too motivated by possible success to think much about it. At midnight, the Moon enters Cancer, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, the Moon transits the sign of its exaltation, amplifying feelings of peace, harmony, and accord. Engage in activities that stimulate your senses and allow you to commune with nature. At this time, comfort takes primacy, which means we may be more stubborn or sluggish in our movements as we linger in each moment, stopping often to smell the roses. Shortly after the Moon enters Cancer, it squares Mars and Venus, stimulating our desire complexes in potentially frustrating ways. The heart wants what the heart wants, and it might now seem that what our heart wants has been denied to us. Perhaps this is a matter of unrequited feelings. Perhaps our needs have failed to be met. Perhaps we are simply uncomfortable airing romantic or gushy sentiments. We would love for things to be simple, but the extent of a circumstance's complexity makes for moodiness. We may also act a bit desperate, convinced that hearts can be changed if we simply dig in our heels and refuse to acknowledge another's interest or lack thereof. We must determine whether we are potentially hurting ourselves in our unwillingness to accept anything other than a simple answer.